Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Find Your Model Health, the official podcast of Shemaine's Model Health for those looking to optimize their long-term health and weight goals and learn about their body and how it works. I'm super happy to have you back with me this week. The last week of April. I'm running a bit late this week because of spring break, so I do apologize for that. But hopefully this podcast makes up for it. So this week I wanted to look a bit more at detoxing. Or a bit at detoxing. So if you're in any of my Facebook groups, I have touched on this topic before, but not in a podcast, I don't think. So we're going to just jump straight in after this disclaimer. Please do not take any of the information in these podcasts as medical advice and use them for informational purposes only. Please do consult with your doctor before you make any lifestyle changes. So, detoxing, let's just get straight into this one. So, contrary to what a lot of people on social media and the news say, there's no such thing as a magic pill or potion or juice or vitamin or one thing that can detox you. And there's no pharmaceutical drug that can truly cure you of chronic ills either. Why? Because the best way to detox is through avoidance and lifestyle change, and the best way to cure any illness is through prevention and again lifestyle change. Now there are some things that can support your body and support your detoxification pathways and your processes, but there's no one thing that is going to detox you per se. So when we look at detoxing, we look at all the different pathways and how our body detoxes, and we know that we detox every day, and the amount of detoxing we do. So we detox every day in that we exhale, we pee, we poop, we sweat. So any way that we're eliminating toxins, from our body is a process of detoxing. The more toxins you have, the more toxic load you're going to have, and if you're not eliminating properly, then you're obviously not detoxing properly. If you've got a low toxic load and you are supporting your detox pathways every day, then chances are your body is detoxing in an optimal way every day, if that makes sense. So we'll look a bit more about supporting the detox pathways in a bit. But it's definitely a trend, and definitely at this time of the year as people start feeling summer kick in, people are kind of thinking, I want to clean myself on the inside. If only it was that easy of just following a detox protocol. You are detoxing every day, some of us a lot more and better than others. So when we think about detoxing, one must first consider what is causing the most toxicity in his or her life. For most of my clients, it's not necessarily heavy metals or volatile organics or toxic exposure from the environment. It's usually overeating, lack of exercise, poor sleep, and poor management of chronic stress. Now, if you can get these things in order on a somewhat regular basis, then you will have significantly increased your body's own endogenous detoxification processes. Also, if you are overweight, as most of us are now, it's just society, you will significantly decrease your toxic burden by losing extra weight. This is because fat cells alone produce a heck load of toxins. So fat cells, I've spoke about this before, they're not just a storage site for fat. They are an endocrine organ, and they produce hormones, inflammatory cytokines, and toxins. So again, lifestyle change usually has to be modified to allow you to lose weight so that you can detox more efficiently. So detoxing and losing extra weight, they pretty much go hand in hand. And we'll look in a minute about how to support your body doing that. Another very powerful way to detox is just avoiding toxins as much as possible. So these are environmental toxins. If you work in a place where you know you're getting toxic exposure, then you could wear, say, a ventilation mask. At home, you could simply open your window on a daily basis and let fresh air in. Maybe choose cleaning products that are non-toxic, so more organic and more gentle, like natural lemon and vinegars and essential oils. Maybe, and if you live in Canada, this is pretty much what you do. But when I moved here, we did not do this. In Ireland, we do not take off our shoes when we enter someone's house. But having a no shoes in the house policy can also decrease toxic load because you're not trampling around toxins throughout the whole house. That may be on your shoes from working in a factory or on a farm or walking through grass that is being spread with Roundup. So that could be way. You can even go further with this by getting, of course, a good water filter and air purifiers. And air purifiers can be as simple as some good plants in your house, like English ivy or aloe vera, some very simple plants that you can get your hands on that are not expensive at all. They can be awesome for purifying the air. And then as far as nutrition goes, straight off the bat, we just don't want to be overeating. We want to be avoiding junk foods as much as possible because this will lower our toxic load. Obviously, doing something like this is going to help a lot of people lose fat cells. And this is all a great way to support your detoxification pathways, especially when we see people stop overeating and avoiding junk food. They generally are replacing said food with a more nutritional food that's going to be better for their body in the long run. If you want to then look at foods that are going to support your detoxifications properly, you can look along the lines of non-starchy vegetables. Even some starchy vegetables can be pretty good. So a lot of your green vegetables are going to be awesome. A lot of your herbs and spices. A lot of clean water is going to be important. So clean water is super important. So then what we can do is let's look a bit more. So when we look at foods, so we're looking to support our detoxification and balance our pathways and help with the elimination. So we need to understand that when we're looking at supporting the whole detox process throughout your body on a regular basis, we want to look at reducing toxic exposure. We want to look at supporting phase 1. So your phase 1 detoxification system is where all your enzyme reactions happen, and these little guys, enzymes, are like worker guys. They help get things going. Then we want to support phase 2 detoxification pathway, and this is where we start getting ready to eliminate toxins. And then we want to maintain healthy elimination pathways, So reducing toxic exposure, well, we can do what we said about wearing face masks and using cleaning products, maybe not trampling chemicals throughout the house. Through our eating, of course, we're looking at eating organic as much as possible, avoiding artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, excipients in anything that's really consumed orally and even applied topically. So that's where you want to be super smart with your shampoos and your lotions and your makeup and your hair dyes. Avoid heating plastics and storing food in plastics. So this is a big one with me and my clients. I encourage them all to try use glass containers as much as possible, including when we're drinking. So water should be out of glass. If you can't do glass, stainless steel would be next. And then, of course, eating organic and biodynamic when possible. So this even comes to our alcohol. I'll always show my clients what kind of organic or biodynamic wines are best, and spirits for some. Beers is not really a big thing for a lot of my clients. So there are some good beers though. So then when we look at supporting your phase 1 detoxification system with your enzymes, what kind of foods are going to support this whole process? So broccoli sprouts, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, radish, kale, some of those as well. If you have an issue with oxalates or thyroid issues, you want to make sure you're cooking them. Watercress, coriander, rosemary, one of my favorites, so great for supporting that phase 1 pathway. Pomegranate, green tea, schisandra, milk thistle is a great one here. Turmeric, of course, tomato paste for some people if they don't have an issue with the acidity and the sugars, berries, cherries, and of course, again, organic. Silymarin is another good one that can be quite good here for supporting that phase 1 enzyme. So a lot of these are just foods or teas, and you just integrate them into your days. So this is a daily thing because you're constantly detoxifying, so you're constantly supporting your pathways. So then to support phase 2, where our conjugation reactions happen, this is where we're kind of piling everything up and getting ready to eliminate it. So all your toxic waste. So we look at our B complex vitamins, especially folic acid, B12, B6. So we're looking here at red meats, especially good for this, our wild seafood, green vegetables. We're looking at zinc and selenium, very important for phase 2 detoxification. Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, kelp, again, back to our red meats and our wild fish. So we want a good protein supply to supply our body with amino acids like glycine, taurine, glutamine, and pretty much those whole foods are going to be very effective at supporting that phase 2 pathway. Then to maintain your healthy elimination. So remembering every time you pee or poop or sweat or pant, that is a process of elimination. So we want to keep our bowels regular, lots of water, some good fiber in here, calcium D-glucarate if we want, especially if we're on a weight loss campaign. We may be estrogen dominant and we're trying to detoxify estrogen. Calcium D-glucarate can be very good here. Kelp, especially good for that too, and kelp of course is going to provide you with some nice iodine too, which a lot of us are deficient in. Another source of iodine that's not spoken much about is cranberry. So organic cranberries, of course, can be a good source of iodine. Cranberry juice, people are immediately going to think of that, but I'm not a big fan of juices. If you do go down the line of a juice, of course it should be unsweetened and organic, but I really like pure, and it's hard to get your hands on, 100% pure organic cranberry tea. It's so delicious, so yummy. If you like hibiscus tea, you will like pure cranberry tea. So there, an easy way to get some extra iodine in. You want to as well keep fluid moving throughout your body as well with some natural diuretics that just support again the flow, the blood flow, the lymphatic system. Dandelion, of course, dandelion tea, one of my favorite. Asparagus, milk thistle here as well can be very beneficial. Burdock tea I really like for helping with blood flow. And again, back to that cranberry tea, very good for supporting the kidneys and the urinary tract detoxification and elimination pathways there. Then of course exercise. I'm a big fan of inversion for my clients to help with the lymphatic system. Saunas, steam rooms, Swimming is kind of questionable. Like swimming in fresh water, clean water, good. I don't know about swimming in chlorinated water all the time. So that can be questionable. But definitely hot baths with Epsom salts can be very beneficial for detox pathways too. With all that being said, I did touch a bit on herbs. What supplements actually have some research that shows that they may help you detox? So here's a list of some I will recommend to my clients. Especially the herbal ones, we see more benefit from them, but if you want to try them out, there will be no harm in a lot of these. So we're really looking at chelators and stuff that keep the flow of running, and binders. But again, like I said, detoxing is something you do on a daily basis, all day, every day. So you want to be constantly integrating the good nutritions and the foods that are going to support phase 1 and phase 2 processes, going to support good elimination, going to keep good flow going through your body, blood flow, energy flow, water flow throughout your body. And this has to be constant all day, every day. This to support and have good detoxification processes happening all the time. This has to be a lifestyle. So some other things that can help you, N-acetylcysteine or NAC can be good for helping with detoxification. It can help with our antioxidant profile. Glutathione as well, again, our master antioxidant there, so helping to bind and detox and protect cells. Alpha lipoic acid can be great, especially in supporting the cell membranes and keeping bad stuff out of your cells. Cilantro and chlorella and spirulina. You'll have heard of those before, especially if you follow me. They're some awesome chelators. So chelators meaning they'll bind to toxin and help get them out of the body. As well as garlic. So garlic is another, it has a bit of chelation activity, but garlic helps with blood flow, and if we can keep that nice blood flowing, we can help keep moving toxins out of the body. Then you're looking at your nice fibers. You want to make sure that you're pooping properly as well, and I am going to do a podcast on this soon. So fiber and water, probably the two key components in pooping. And then back again, I mentioned the calcium D-glucarate is going to be helpful, especially if you're on a weight loss campaign and getting extra toxins out of your body. But pretty much there is no better way to detox yourself than through avoidance. It has to be a lifestyle change. There has to, of course, be stress management, because stress can be toxic in itself. If you're overweight or obese, losing some fat detoxes you a lot more than anything else will while in that zone or state. If you have insomnia, even a slight improvement in sleeping can be very beneficial for detoxing as well, because it's going to help with the stress, it's going to help with the inflammation, it's going to help with the food, it's going to help with how well your body functions. So I suppose what I'm getting at is realize that detoxing your life should be something we're all strive to do every day, and supporting our pathways, it is life. And some of the simplest ways to detox are the most powerful. Just your food and your movement and your sleep can be a lot better than something you may have seen on social media. Buy this pack, buy this real meal replacement, and it's going to detox you. Probably not going to, and in some cases it can make things worse. It can be simple as just sitting on top of a mountain if you're here in Alberta and enjoying the scenery, or laughing with a friend over a good cup of green tea. So definitely it is a lifestyle change. Some of my favorite ways to detox. Obviously, I try to stay on top of my nutrition as much as possible. Teas everywhere in my life. All sorts of teas in my cupboard. But some of my favorites right now, I'm having a yerba mate. I really like cranberry and hibiscus. I love rosemary. I drink burdock. It's not my favorite flavor, but I have it. A lot of green tea. I really feel my best when I have a lot of teas. Laughing just detoxes my soul. I just feel amazing laughing. So stress definitely is a big toxin for me. Exercise, teas, laughing, fresh air. I love getting out into nature. And you know what? I just love a really good hot Epsom salt bath. So when I say hot, it should be as hot as you can tolerate it, because that has been shown to improve heat shock proteins and support with the regeneration of cells and slow down aging and help with cardiovascular health. But I love to do Epsom salts with a blend of eucalyptus and tea tree oils and just soaking in that, not even for too long, 15 minutes, followed by some inversion and then bed. And those are my favorite ways to detox. So I hope this podcast has cleared up a bit of the confusion about detoxing, because it always pops up somewhere in a mom group or somewhere on Facebook, and someone will recommend this and someone will recommend that. But just understanding how detox actually works, what it is, and the simple things that you can do can save you some money and kind of take away a lot of the stress associated with detoxing. And as a side note, don't confuse detoxing with a cleanse. A cleanse is different. Detoxing and cleansing are different. So maybe I'll do a podcast on a cleanse in the future, but this one is just about detoxing. So if you found this helpful, please do share with even one person so we can help reach the masses. Sharing is caring, and there will no doubt be someone in your life that will benefit from this information. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the weekend, and I will chat with you again next week. Okay, bye-bye everyone.